Remember how I said there was a glitch in my Brilliant Diamond game and the game eventually crashed? Well, it happened right in this area. So as I said before, while I was escorting Buck, he was glitching out for some reason. Then right as I was about to fight these two trainers, the game crashed. I don't know how, I don't know why, it just crashed. So what I did was, I rebooted the game in hopes that the glitch would go away, but that didn't work because Buck was still glitching out. I'm not even sure what caused him to glitch out in the first place. Well, anyway, as you can imagine, right as I was about to fight the trainers that I'm currently fighting right now, the game crashed again. So what I did differently was, I updated the game in hopes that the glitch would go away, and I guess that worked. Either that, or I did something else entirely, which I'm not even sure what that something else was. Well, anyway, the point is, the glitch was gone, so that means I was able to continue playing my Brilliant Diamond game. But still, that's very bizarre. I've played these games for about 15 years already, and I've never experienced anything like that before. My game crashing all because of something I have no control over. Now, I don't know if this has happened to other people playing Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl. If so, then that begs the question, are 3D Pokemon games really that hard to animate? If so, then Nintendo and Game Freak really need to get their shit together. Alright, moving on to something else. Now, I've talked about various Pokemon fan-made games for quite some time, including one that I talked about some time ago, Pokemon Blade Platinum. And the reason why I'm bringing up that game again is because there's something I never mentioned about that game. Some of the characters switch roles, 5 characters in particular: Barry, Buck, Cyrus, Palmer, and Volkner. So at the beginning of the game, guess who barges into your room? Not Barry, Buck. Yeah, Buck was my rival. However, every time I fought him, his name was changed to Cedric. I don't know why. I don't know what's the logic behind that. Well, it didn't make much of a difference anyway. Also, Palmer, Tower Tycoon Palmer, he was playing the role of Cyrus, and vice versa. Yeah, even though it felt kind of weird fighting Palmer outside of the Battle Tower, I guess it was a good experience even though I didn't get any money from him. Every time I defeated him. But okay, I guess I get to listen to that awesome music that plays whenever you fight one of the Battle Frontier brains. And for Cyrus, well, I was thinking, can I actually fight Cyrus at the Battle Tower? So I tested out that little theory. Yeah, I went through the Battle Tower in hopes that I can get to Cyrus. Yeah, it was really hard, I can tell you that much. But much to my surprise, it was Palmer. So yeah, it looks like Palmer is taking 2 roles. Being the leader of Team Galactic and running the Battle Tower. Yeah, I don't get it either. Now, I don't know who made Pokemon Blade Platinum, but whoever did, I don't think those changes were really all that necessary. Anyway, Barry was the gym leader of Sunny Shore. I seem to recall him having a Slacking on his team. I'm not really sure how I managed to remember that. But yeah, he did have a Slacking on his team, and yeah, that thing hit really hard. Also, Volkner, he was playing the role of Buck. And let me tell you, escorting Volkner through Stark Mountain, it was a huge pain in the ass. He only had Luxray on his team, and to me, I don't think Luxray is the right Pokemon to use in a place like this because you're bound to encounter a few ground types, like say Graveler or Rhydon. But for the most part, I think the majority of the Pokemon you find here are, I guess, are fire types or something. But yeah, Luxray, I don't think Luxray really helped me out all that much. And the only time I could ever use Earthquake is when Luxray was dead. Yeah, Volkner only had Luxray on his team, and when it went down, I was stuck doing the fighting all by myself. But I guess it was worth it, so that way I could use Earthquake to my heart's consent. Oh great, get burned. Well, hopefully Torkoal's Fire Blast connects on Torterra over there. So yeah, I don't know who created Pokemon Blade Platinum, but whoever did, yeah, those changes were not necessary at all. Alright, moving on to something else. Now, last video, I said something about a little story involving the Flame Plate and Heatran. Well, this story actually comes from the anime, believe it or not. The Arceus Chronicles. So, here's how it goes. So, apparently Team Galactic had a Flame Plate on them, And apparently Saturn caught a Heatran, so that way they could use it for some sort of machine in hopes of bringing Cyrus back. But it looks to me like Saturn accidentally overloaded the cannon, causing it to backfire, and Heatran went on a huge rampage and melted its own Pokeball, and it escaped. But its rampage was eventually stopped by. Actually, I'm not even sure who stopped. Actually, wait. Yeah, I do know who stopped Heatran's rampage. Arceus. Yeah, my bad. It's because I've never seen that episode. I only know a little bit of a summary of it. Pick up a rare candy over here, which was the TM for Overheat back in the original games. But I think I got that a long time ago. Also, in the manga, I think there was another story like that, although it didn't involve the Flame Plate. It involved Team Galactic and Buck. So in the manga, Buck was supposed to protect Heatran from Team Galactic, and he was going to do so by taking the Magma Stone out of their reach. Although this proved to be a huge mistake because taking the Magma Stone out of its placement caused Heatran to wake up, and that also caused Charon to capture Heatran for his own use. So yeah, Charon used Heatran for his own purpose, not capturing other Sinnoh legendaries, but rather battling them, until he was finally defeated at the end of the story. And then Buck agreed to take Heatran back to Stark Mountain. Well, yeah, sure, Charon is after the Magma Stone, but good thing he's not planning to capture Heatran. If so, then, yeah, I'm not really sure how it's going to work out. Well, if I could fight him in this game, and if he were to use Heatran, then I don't think it's going to matter that much because I could always exploit Heatran's squad weakness to ground-type attacks. I mean, I think there was an instance where I fought villainous teams that used legendary Pokemon, but I believe those instances were in various fan-made games. I think one instance was in Pokemon Unbound, where I fought somebody from a villainous team, actually the leader of that villainous team, and that person used Zapdos. I'm not really sure what other scenario there was that involved a villainous team member using legendary Pokemon. I want to say there was somebody that used Lugia and Ho-Oh against me, but I don't quite remember if that was in Pokemon Unbound because it's been quite a while since I last touched that game. But yeah, it's scary at first, but as long as your team is good, you should be good to go. Alright, moving on to something else. Now, about the trainer card, I know that's not a very interesting topic to talk about, but maybe this might interest you. Your trainer card can actually change colors depending on your accomplishments. So before the Elite Four, your trainer card is a normal color. I think it's supposed to be kind of reddish. And then your trainer card changes colors depending on your accomplishments. It can change from cobalt, bronze, silver, gold, and black. So here's how you get your trainer card to change colors. 1. Get a record in the Hall of Fame. That means defeating the Elite Four, which I'm pretty sure everyone's done so by now. 2. Complete the National Dex excluding Mew, Lugia, Ho-Oh, Celebi, Jirachi, Deoxys, Fione, Manaphy, Darkrai, Shaman, and Arceus. 3. Win 1 Master Rank at the Pokemon contest, which I'm not even sure if I could even do. 4. Obtain the Platinum Flag in the Underground, which I've never done, and I'm not even sure how to do that anyway. And 5. Defeat 100 trainers in a row in the Battle Tower. Good luck with that. I mean, yeah, sure, I played around at the Battle Tower years ago, but I've never once defeated 100 trainers in a row, because that is really freaking hard. I mean, yeah, I could try, but yeah, there is no way I could possibly do that. I mean, for the most part, I usually like doing the multi-battles because, well, I'm not really sure why. I guess I really like the multi-battles. Mostly because I get to team with the stats trainers. But as for the other ones, well, completing the National Dex, I think I've done that at one point, although I'm not really sure if I really used any cheat codes or anything. Yeah, I used the action replay back in the day, but those days are over. The Master Rank contests, no, I've never once done that, although I did do Pokemon contests, but I never once made it to the Master Rank, and I'm not even sure if I could even do that. The Platinum Flag, does that have something to do with going into other people's secret bases underground and taking their flag or something? Because I heard about that, but I'm not even sure if that's how it works. Well, I never obtained the Platinum Flag in my life, so yeah, there's no way I could change my trainer card to be a different color. Not that I want to anyway, because I don't see any reason why I should. Let's see, how about Shadow Force on Zatu? Because that Gallade, yeah, that Gallade is not really doing a whole lot. That Gallade card reminds me of Marley's Arcanine back in the original games. Yeah, it's using Helping Hand and not much else. Wow, that is the worst moveset for Gallade ever. Yeah, I used Gallade back in Scarlet and Violet, and as I said before, I kicked a lot of ass with it, thanks to its new ability, Sharpness. Okay, it's going for Feint, but that's not going to work. Yeah, it looks like that Gallade is not really going to be much of... It's not going to really do much of anything except just be some supports. Yeah, I've seen support Pokemon like that so many times, and yeah, to me, I don't think Gallade is really one Pokemon that should do that because it has so much potential. Let's see, how about Shadow Force on Gardevoir? I was going to use Earthquake, but I'm not really sure if Earthquake's going to one-shot Gardevoir. And besides, Gallade's not doing anything, so yeah, I might as well use Shadow Force to one-shot Gardevoir. So yeah, back to my story involving Heatran and the Flame Plates. Yeah, it is very strange how Team Galactic decided to go after Heatran. I mean, I did say that Saturn was involved with that little event, and yeah, that's very strange because in the game, well, it looks like he's thinking differently, so yeah, he has no intentions of going after Heatran, so I guess that's good. But for Charon, well, if he really wanted to make himself more of a threat, then maybe he could possibly capture Heatran so that way he could maybe make himself a little bit more seriously. Because just by going after the Magma Stone, yeah, and profiting it for money, I don't really see why or how that makes him a threat. Oh well, that sucks. That Claydol survived with like, what, 1 HP? Oh boy, if only it was hailing, then that means that Claydol would go down to the hail. But it doesn't matter because I could just take it down. Wow, I actually got 2 battles in this one video. Last video, I only got in 1 battle because I guess maybe the random encounters were taking up too much of the screen time. Or maybe it's because the trainers that were using a whole lot of Pokemon, yeah, I guess that was also taking up a lot of the screen time too. Well then again, a lot of these trainers have 3 Pokemon each. Well, actually, all of them have 3 Pokemon each, so yeah, I guess maybe it's the wild Pokemon that are really giving me a lot of trouble. And I don't seem to be encountering a whole lot of wild Pokemon all of a sudden. Well, okay, I guess that makes it good because I guess that could make me go a little bit further. I mean, last video, I really wanted to fight more than 1 trainer, but as I said, those random encounters were really, how should I say it? Wild. Yeah, let's just put it that way. Of course, I could use Repels, but that would be depriving me of getting some much needed experience points, and yeah, I definitely need the experience points. And as for the manga involving Heatran, well, yeah, Heatran is referred to as the Lord of Stark Mountain, and yeah, I think Buck said he was supposed to be the protector of Stark Mountain, so yeah, you would think he would have better sense than moving the Magma Stone. Well, then again, I guess that's what he does in Diamond and Pearl, but I guess he learned his lesson in Platinum, I guess. But it was pretty good of him to hold his own against Team Galactic, because, well, I guess the average trainer, I guess they can't do that because, well, I guess they're not the main protagonists. That's just my opinion. But still, it was pretty good of Buck to hold his own against Team Galactic and free Heatran from Charon's clutches. Well, I'm not really sure what moves Claydol had in the manga. Speaking of which, well, I guess you saw all 4 of Claydol's moves now. Psychic, Earth Power, Calm Mind, and Ice Beam. Which is a lot better than what it had in the original games. Psychic, Ancient Power, Reflect, and Light Screen. Although, I'll be honest, I think Reflect and Light Screen would definitely come in handy because a lot of the Pokemon I'm seeing, yeah, they do hit us pretty hard, so Reflect or Light Screen would definitely come in handy. Okay, looks like I don't have enough time to fight any more Pokemon, so I'm just going to leave it off here. Next time, what else? More of Stark Mountain. Peace out.